Hello YouTube, it is your host AG Samurai here, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm here to bring you guys another part to What If Naruto Had Laxus' abilities. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this What If, and here's part 3 to it. Before we get off to this What If, I do want to let you guys know I'm sorry that I didn't post yesterday. I couldn't post because I was getting a haircut, because your boy hadn't gotten a cut in a while. He was looking crusty, and he needs to fix that up real quick. But hey, now I'm back and here's a video, so yay! Hopefully you guys do enjoy the content. I'm usually I post through Monday through Friday, although sometimes if there's personal issues, I'm not there. So yeah, this is just for the people who are new to the channel, just so that you know. But besides that, guys, I don't really got nothing else to really announce, as I'm just ready to get started with this What If. So why don't we just begin? So with this being said, let's get started.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do?
Alright guys, let's begin this What If. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. But before we kick off this What If, a little bit of a warning. Please, if you guys can, ignore any background noises and just focus on the story, as trust me, it'll be much more enjoyable. Also, it'll be doing me a big favor. And if you guys understand that, then why don't we just begin with this What If? So yeah, let's get started. Alright guys, so we now kick off this What If with the very beginning. This being when Naruto starts the chunin exams. Now, the chunin exams start off pretty simple, as Team 7 have arrived, and all of them had actually arrived early and are now entering into the exams. It's been a day since Naruto had made his declaration to Gaara, and now they're currently right now making their way to the chunin exams. As they're walking to the corridors, they end up seeing two chunings currently blocking the path, saying that they weren't ready and that they shouldn't participate in the exams. Now Sasuke, seeing this, will try to intervene, saying that they already can see through their skies. However, right before he could, though, this is when Naruto will then harshly grab Sasuke by the shoulder and shove him back behind him. Now this would of course piss off Sasuke, who then glares angrily at Naruto, asking him what the heck was his deal. To which Naruto would give Sasuke the straightforward answer. If they are unable to see through that transformation, they don't deserve to be in the exams, and you trying to give them an open pass makes you even worse than them. As soon as saying these words, Naruto would then keep on walking, with Sasuke just there in a daze, with Sakura of course feeling worried for her Sasuke, but she does not want to challenge Naruto, considering the fact he is high-key kind of scary. So this will end up causing Team 7 to now move forward without them encountering, Rock Lee's team, and also not causing the teams to have their little squabble. So we now turn when Team 7 arrives at the exam area. Instantly, Naruto ignores his teammates and just heads off to find a seat, and while doing so, he ends up ignoring the rest of the Rookie 9, who pretty much start interacting with his team. Naruto doesn't really vibe with those guys, he doesn't screw with them, he personally just doesn't care in general about them. Right now, all he cared about was passing this dumb exam, as this will give Naruto more opportunities to find stronger jutsus, as well as also develop himself even further, as well as the fact that these exams actually hold some strong people, which can give Naruto a challenge. So as Naruto is sitting down, ignoring the rest of his teammates, he'll eventually end up doing a time skip to when the exams will then begin. So I'm just going to skip over the written portion, considering the fact that in this one, no problems were actually made. Naruto, thanks to the fact that in this one, he's not dumb, in fact, he was literally Rookie of the Year, he was actually easily able to pass this with no difficulty whatsoever. And just by using his own intelligence, not just by cheating, like Sasuke. But I can't judge, So moving on. Eventually, we end up arriving to the Forest of Death, the second phase. Now, when they arrive, of course, Anko ends up greeting them, throwing out a small little show and explaining the fact of the Forest of Death. Now, as she was doing this, however, Naruto was completely ignoring her and mostly trying to scope out the enemies around. Now, doing this, Naruto is actually using his enhanced senses, as well as the fact that he's trying to practice detecting chakra signatures. And right now, while Naruto was trying to do this one suddenly he ends up picking up a faint yet powerful chakra signature amongst the crowd. Way more than any Genin should have, well, besides him. As Naruto starts looking around for this chakra signature, however, this one suddenly he ends up getting attacked by Anko. She throws a kunai at Naruto, thinking that he wasn't paying attention, that he was being arrogant. But Naruto is able to sense the attack and is actually able to catch the kunai, and as he does, he senses someone behind him, which causes him to activate a lightning body in an instant. However, thanks to the fact that this was on pure instinct alone, this would end up causing the person behind him to actually get zapped, which was Anko. As she was trying to scare Naruto, but this backfired on her as she ends up getting zapped by lightning and causing her to actually be a little bit paralyzed. At this, Naruto ends up seeing her behind him and he gets a little bit pissed off. This is due to the fact that Naruto was trying to pick up on someone's chakra signature that was strong, yet Anko had distracted him. As Naruto tries to search for his chakra signature again, however, this is when suddenly he ends up feeling a presence. This will cause Naruto to turn around in an instant, as behind him will be none other than Orochimaru in disguise. But Naruto didn't know that. Right now, he was looking at the very person who had a strong chakra signature, and the person was staring at him with a very, an unnerving look. As Naruto was staring down at this guy, he was currently sweat dropping a little bit on the inside. I couldn't sense him. This Naruto didn't feel his presence until he finally let himself be felt. Naruto instantly knew that this guy was different from the others. In fact, he may be way stronger than any of them. And although Naruto hates to admit it, he might even be stronger than him. As this is when the man then says that he was just checking up on him, making sure that he was okay. After all, he didn't want anyone to get injured this early in the exams. But Naruto didn't believe in that bull for a second. After this, Anko ends up recovering as she ends up sending a light glare at Naruto before continuing explaining the exams. Now, as she begins to explain the exams, it was finally time to hand out the scroll, as Team 7 would be given a heaven scroll. After this, she ends up looking at everyone before telling them that it was time for them to move, as this is when finally, one by one, all the squads would enter into the Forest of Death, now beginning the second phase. So we now turn to Team 7 as they're moving through the second exams, and right now, as they're moving, Sakura then asked them to take a break as she was losing stamina relatively quickly. Now this will of course cause Team 7 to wait for her as she was currently panting and currently taking out a supply that she brought along with her. Now while they were doing so, Naruto wasn't paying attention at all to his teammates. Right now he was trying to pick up on the other guy. Now Naruto, like I said, Naruto was smart, okay? So due to this, right before everyone got into the Forest of Death, he was able to find out what teams had a scroll that they needed and what teams did not. He was also picking up on the teams that have heavy hitters, for example, like Guy's team. And although Rock Lee looked weird, Naruto could already tell that guy has a ginormous amount of strength, something that causes Naruto to actually be a little bit excited to test himself out, but he decides to refrain from now. As right now, another person was completely on Naruto's mind, and that was the guy who pretty much hid his presence, aka Orochimaru. But like I said, Naruto doesn't know that yet. Naruto will be focusing more on him, considering the fact that guy, listen, Naruto, he legit had to live in a forest. He did not trust anyone. Of course, his senses will be high, very high. The only person who could probably sneak up on him like that is the Hokage, and yet Naruto's never seen him get truly serious. However, this guy, the fact that he was able to completely bypass his very senses makes Naruto know that guy is a danger. So due to this, Naruto was keeping a keen focus on him. However, while Naruto was in the middle of this thought, this is when suddenly he ends up picking up on a presence behind him. He would then see a random team member approaching, and on them would be an Earth Scroll. Well, look at this. A bunch of kids over here trying to play Shinobi. And look at that. They have a Heaven Scroll. As right now the scroll is currently being revealed, this is when the other team would then say that they were going to take it by force. But I'm not going to even explain this fight as there was no real fight. It was just one person getting beaten up. As a few seconds later, they would then knock out and their scroll was taken by Naruto's team. As Naruto was kicking down the last guy and grabbing the scroll, he ended up sensing a chakra signature approaching him at rapid speeds. Crap. At this, Naruto ends up activating his lightning body as he begins to, blitz off, with Sasuke actually sensing the attack just as it was about to hit them and grabbing Sakura and moving ahead. And just as they do, a ginormous wind current sweeping out the entire area, destroying it completely, as Naruto and Sasuke would be currently right now staring at the destruction. Wow, you both were able to dodge the attack. I'm impressed. But then again, I expected nothing less from the last survivor of the Uchiha clan, and also the Rookie of the Year himself. At this, Naruto and Sasuke would turn to the direction as they will see Orochimaru in disguise, as he was walking towards them with a smile on his face. At this, Naruto will be looking at the guy as he will currently right now have his, start weaving his tongue around, saying that he was very excited to test him out. As this is when suddenly he begins to release a ginormous amount of bloodlust. Now this is when suddenly, as that bloodlust, hits them, Sasuke and Sakura are frozen. They're unable to move. It gets even hard for them to breathe. As Orochimaru would laugh at the display of fear, this is when suddenly he then turns to Naruto. Oh, is the Rookie of the Year paralyzed as well? As Orochimaru will say this with a sinister laugh, however, this is when suddenly Naruto wouldn't look at him. Please, as if something this pathetic can scare me off. Naruto wasn't at all fazed by this killing intent, as he had felt worse. After all, he did have an encounter with Kurama. as Naruto would be looking at him and Orochimaru would be surprised as the kid is not even at all shaking. At this, he ends up smiling as he says that this was going to be an interesting experiment. Well then, Rookie of the Year, it looks like you're the first one to step up. Well then, let's see what you would show me. Now, don't hold back. I want you to really show me what you can do. However, just as Orochimaru was trying to monologue, this is when Naruto would then appear in front of him in a bolt of lightning. So fast, Orochimaru would think, as he tries to move out the way, but as he does, this is when suddenly a lightning fist then gets slammed into his gut. Stop talking and more fighting. At this, Naruto then slams Orochimaru into the tree, and as he does, he ends up grabbing Orochimaru by the neck before dragging him out the tree. The rest of Team 7 are unable to do anything as they see Naruto fighting against this monster, and they're unable to do anything but watch. Damn it, again, Sasuke would think, as he feels as if he was being left behind. At this was the second time that Naruto had taken charge, as he remembered during the Land of the Waves, he was practically useless, and when he tried to help out, Naruto would just shove him away. He wondered exactly how did Naruto even get this strong, and how is he even competing with that monster, but now was not the time. At this, right now, Naruto was in combat with Orochimaru. So we're now turning to the fight for, their POV. So dashing through the forest, you'll see Naruto fighting against Orochimaru, as after dragging him up the tree, he ends up throwing him a fair distance. Now, Orochimaru is easily able to, recover from this, as he ends up laughing, telling Naruto that he has impressive speed, but as he does, this is when suddenly Naruto will once again appear from above. At this, he ends up concentrating a large amount of lightning in his fist, as he ends up speaking the words in his mind. Lightning Dragon. Iron Fist. At this, Naruto tries landing the hit on Orochimaru's back, but unfortunately Orochimaru is already beginning to get adjusted to Naruto's speed as he ends up dodging out the way and just kicking Naruto in the face, causing him to be sent flying and crashing through a bunch of trees. Now, is that all for the Rookie of the Years? I was expecting more. Now, Naruto would of course get up out of this as he felt completely fine. However, he did have to admit that this guy was already good. It didn't take him that long yet he's already adjusted to my speed. This guy, he truly isn't normal. Just who is he? At this, Naruto was trying to make up as much assumptions as he can, ranging from him being part of the Root, or maybe him being an off-brand Anbu member, or heck, maybe even him being a shinobi from a different village here to kidnap someone. As Naruto would then rush towards Orochimaru using a lightning hammer, Orochimaru would start dodging out of the way of Naruto's attacks. Now, sure, Naruto's attacks are very strong, and sure, Naruto is fast. But this guy is a Sannin, alright? He's fought multiple shinobi, meaning he has more experience than Naruto. He has fought multiple different types of people, which means he adjusts to many different fighting techniques. And overall, you also gotta realize that Naruto, even though he's way stronger than his Ken himself, he's still not gonna be able to be a Sannin at this current level. So as Naruto was blitzing around, trying to land good hits in on Orochimaru, nothing was working out, and to make it even worse was the fact that as Naruto continues trying to generate electricity and trying to use the Dragon Slayer techniques, Naruto hasn't fully mastered them, so they're not exactly able to match up against him very well. I have to admit, I'm losing interest in you. At this, Orochimaru was honestly, he had to admit, he was kind of disappointed. He expected a lot more from Naruto, but unfortunately, it seems as if all he can do was manipulate lightning, and while sure, that's impressive, he expected more. As Naruto would once again be hit in the stomach, and sure, Orochimaru did get hit with the electricity from, the lightning body, it still didn't mean that he couldn't land hits on Naruto, and even if he were to get stunned, he can just shake it off. As Naruto would be hit once again and thrown and gets sent flying, he actually ends up coughing up blood as he realizes, how bad the situation was turning out for him. I can't get a good hit in. Gosh dang it, this guy is slippery like a snake. At this, Naruto, as soon as he would say this is when suddenly it would then click. At this, Naruto would then suddenly end up getting up as he stares down at Orochimaru. I know who you are now. It makes sense. At this, Orochimaru will look at Naruto with the raised eyebrow, as Naruto would then reveal that he knows that he's Orochimaru. Now, this will cause Orochimaru to look at Naruto impressed, as it took him a while for him to figure it out, but this is when suddenly he ends up shedding off the disguise, revealing that it was him. Well, I'm impressed. You found me out. But unfortunately, I have lost interest in you relatively quickly, so I'm going to have to put an end to this, Orochimaru would say. Now, as he says this is when suddenly he ends up summoning out a ginormous snake. As Naruto will see this ginormous snake being summoned, Orochimaru will order it to gobble up its meal, which being Naruto, which causes Naruto to actually end up getting attacked by the ginormous snake, but he ends up dodging out the way. Well then, Uzumaki, I had fun, as you truly do deserve the title of Rookie of the Year. But now I'm on to go test out your other teammate, the Uchiha. Now that's what I'm truly more interested in. Have fun with those pitiful last moments of your life. As Orochimaru began walking away from Naruto, Naruto would currently right now be in the midst of fighting against a ginormous snake. As this one suddenly he ends up slamming a ginormous like lightning fist down onto its head, but the snake just like shrug it off. Gosh dang it! How the heck is this happening right now? Naruto had to say as he was being overwhelmed in this scenario. As after a while of Naruto just dodging the snake and seeing Orochimaru would then get away, he would end up like arriving at the top of the tree branch just as the snake was approaching him. And as he does, Naruto was paying close attention to Orochimaru, just as he was like almost away from his vision completely. At this, and as Naruto was staring down at Orochimaru, this one suddenly he ended up like changing locations, as he was now in his mindscape. Look at you, brat. Pathetic. You actually lost to that snake bastard. And to think you were here being arrogant, talking about how you don't need me. You do, you pathetic weakling. Now then, I believe it's time for you to stop being arrogant and start tapping into my power. If not, you could just die a simple and pathetic death. I don't care either way. The choice is yours. As Kurama ends up laughing out loud, as honestly to him this was perfect. To him, like Naruto was being arrogant, this was the perfect way for him to finally learn his lesson, to finally learn that he wasn't shit. As Kurama ended up laughing at Naruto right behind his back, as he was laughing, thinking that now this was it. Is either one, the kid is end up gonna relying on his power, which means he can get even more of an opportunity to influence him, or two, the kid will end up not relying on his power, which causes him to die, but also causes him to be free. Sure, it will take a few years, but eventually he'll get out of here, and he will once again wreak havoc on Konoha to pay them back for what they did to him, and also pay back a certain bastard who tried hypnotizing him. So as Kurama was currently laughing, this one suddenly lightning would then erupt around Naruto, which ends up sparking up the entire mindscape. A golden light would then begin to flash as well, shaking up mindscape even further, as well as shaking Kurama's cage. What's going on? Hey brat! At this, he will scream at Naruto, but this is when Naruto would then scream back, telling him to shut up. You think I'm gonna actually lose to this bastard? You think I'm actually gonna need to rely on that pathetic excuse of a power of yours? Let me show you just how wrong you truly are. Because I don't care what I have to do. I don't care how far I have to push myself. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be one to survive at the end. At this, Naruto would instantly end up flashing out the mindscape as Kurama would be cursing out Naruto's name. As we turn to the present, the snake was now approaching Naruto, but it was already too late for it. Ginormous amount of lightning would then erupt from Naruto, actually pushing the snake back and actually catching Orochimaru's attention just as he was leaving. He would turn around to see this ginormous amount of lightning forming around, as this would catch the attention of not only Orochimaru, but everyone in the forest. The lightning will be sticking out like a sore thumb, as even people outside the forest of death can see it. Lightning, but it's not even raining. There's not even any clouds outside. Many of them begin to wonder what was going on, or who was performing such a powerful jutsu, while others in the forest of death are legit wondering who's able to generate this much power. At this, Orochimaru will be watching all this with his eyes wide, and he will be fascinated to see. Okay, you seem to interest me even further. Alright, let's see, Orochimaru would say as he actually stops walking and turns to see what was happening. And as he does, he will see Naruto's lightning then form into a ginormous ball, which will sparkle with golden yet also blue electricity. As currently right now, Naruto was molding into a certain shape before finally he turns to Orochimaru. As Naruto would then scream in his mind mentally, Lightning Dragon, Heaven Ward, Hellbird. At this is when suddenly Naruto's lightning would then form into a ginormous trident, as the glow would be so ginormous that actually blinds the snake and Orochimaru. Sensing the intensity of the attack as well as being blinded by the light of it, Orochimaru would be impressed as he can just feel the dangerous force radiating off of it. But that was not the most impressive thing to him. No, the most impressive thing was there was no chakra being emitted from this attack. No chakra at all. So of course Orochimaru being Orochimaru, he would deeply be interested in this as he looks at Naruto in amazement and fascination. However, as he does, this is when suddenly his body would then begin to move automatically as he tries running away from the attack. What? At this, Orochimaru was actually impressed as he couldn't force his body to stop moving. It was trying to escape as it felt as if that attack could legit end him. But Orochimaru didn't know why. At this, Naruto would then release the attack just as Orochimaru was trying to escape, and as he does, the snake would then try opening its mouth because, it tries attacking Naruto one last time. But that was a big mistake as in an instant, that thing would be pierced through by the trident, getting killed in an instant as the trident would then travel towards Orochimaru. Orochimaru would of course see the attack as he tries, running away, but unfortunately as he does, the Chunin would then finally end up targeting him completely. At this, Orochimaru was surprised the attack would shift to his direction, as he would then be hit by the attack, piercing right through his chest. Impossible, Orochimaru would think, as this is when the attack would then elect a ginormous explosion as it would envelop Orochimaru in the blinding light. The ginormous bolt of lightning would then suddenly sear through the sky, signaling the attack, as everyone who was watching it can do nothing more but wonder what just went down. At this, Naruto, who currently was watching all of it, would be panting as his eyes were completely white as he would see the explosion that happened. This took up a lot of energy from Naruto as he fell weak to the knees. But as he looked at the destruction, all he could see was the burned and charred corpse of a once there Orochimaru. How you like that, you fox? And you snake bastard, Naruto would say as he clutches down to one knee. At this, Naruto excited that he actually beat Orochimaru. However, as he says this though, this one suddenly Naruto ended up feeling a ginormous pain in his stomach. What? You really impressed me today. I hope you understand that. Naruto's eyes wouldn't go wide as he looks up to see none other than Orochimaru, who had a smile on his face. You truly are amazing. I'd never ever seen anything like this. As Orochimaru was really impressed with what Naruto had done, the attack would have actually killed him if he was just a normal regular guy. But luckily, he was actually able to shed skins just before he actually, fully died to the attack. As Naruto would be looking on shocked that Orochimaru was still alive, he would then see that Orochimaru must have slammed him with some type of seal or something, as a new array was now on the area where the Nine-Tail seal was. As Naruto would see this, he would then feel pain on his neck as he would be gritting his teeth, trying to activate his lightning armor, but unfortunately he couldn't just generate enough electricity. That attack took a lot. Consider this my parting gift. The next time we meet, and if you wanted to test out how far you can push that power, you will come to me. As Orochimaru would say this is when suddenly he ends up walking away, just as Naruto would curse him. Come back here! What the frick did you do to me? At this, Naruto will be currently clenching on his shoulder as he feels an immense pain as if his shoulder was legit burning. He'll be cursing Orochimaru over and over again. Before finally, Naruto will then feel fatigue as he will finally collapse due to his injuries and was now just unconscious. Eventually, Sasuke and Sakura would arrive at the area and they would see complete destruction. That area was destroyed. During the battle between Naruto and Orochimaru, the surrounding area was completely and nearly decimated entirely. They would then eventually find Naruto, who currently right now was unconscious, and they would of course take him in. Now Sakura would instantly, rush over to him, try healing him, as sure she was afraid of Naruto, and while yes, Naruto was not exactly very nice to them, at the same time Naruto was still a shinobi of the Hidden Leaf, and although begrudgingly, they still had to take care of him, considering the fact he's their teammate. Now Sasuke would be there as he would actually be surprised that Naruto was actually defeated. Now Sasuke, although he hated to admit it, he knew Naruto was strong, far stronger than almost anyone. And the fact that that person was actually able to defeat him surprised Sasuke. As he was wondering just what type of person that guy was, right now was not the time, as right now they needs to still get moving. And luckily, since Naruto had fought against Orochimaru by himself and didn't really help him much, this will actually cause them to still have the Heaven Scroll and the Earth Scroll, which means they can still finish the exams. As we now move towards Naruto's mind. Inside Naruto's mind, we will see the boy currently right now enveloped in darkness. He felt like he was drowning. At this, Naruto will be swimming in that darkness, as this is when suddenly multiple memories begin to be played out in front of him. It will be memories from his childhood to the present, all the way up to the battle against Orochimaru. Naruto will be watching all this, and honestly, he was wondering for a few seconds if he was dying. Am I actually gonna die from that snake bastard? No way. I refuse. At this, Naruto would try activating his power, as the lightning begins to elect around the entire area. The area would change into a golden color as Naruto was smiling at it, as he was trying to force himself to get up. As he does, this is when suddenly he ends up hearing cackling. As this is when suddenly walking out of the darkness that Naruto couldn't light, we will see Orochimaru, or at least that's what we would think, but actually is a part of his soul. Yeah, the curse mark is very weird. But either way, Orochimaru's soul or part of it, I don't know, would end up appearing right in front of Naruto as he would be smiling. Poor young Naruto, living this horrible life in this pathetic village that treated him poorly, stuck with a team he did not want, and following the commands of a cruel, sadistic leader who doesn't even respect him as a human being. At this, a memory would then play of Naruto when he was younger, as he remembered this was before before he lost trust in Hiruzen. Naruto would be try talking to Hiruzen, asking him information, trying to be talkative to him, but the man would be subtle, asking Naruto pointless things like, oh, like, how are you doing, all that stuff, instead of giving Naruto valuable information that he's asking for. At this, over time, he will see as Naruto continues asking Hiruzen for help, or asking Hiruzen for stuff, Hiruzen would decline, or say that Naruto was too young, and that he should just focus on being a kid. But Naruto already understood. At this point in time, Naruto already knew that he couldn't have a normal childhood. It was impossible. So, of course, after a while, he lost trust in Hiruzen. So, if you guys don't understand much or want to see things from Naruto's POV, think of it like this, guys. Hiruzen was trying to force Naruto to do something which he know that Naruto, it was impossible for Naruto to do. You can't exactly push Naruto in this situation to have, a normal childhood, as by this point, he was already far too deep. Alright, he already pushed away the villagers, and now he was pushing away Hiruzen, who just continued trying to force something on him that he did not want. Alright? At that point, Naruto just did not want a normal childhood anymore. He just wants to survive. So as Naruto would see his memories, this is when Orochimaru, or I guess the soul of him, would instantly stretch out his hand. You don't need to stay here for that. I know what you want. You want power. You want the ability to survive. And I could be the one to offer it to you. All you have to do is accept my help. At this, Naruto would look down for a few seconds, honestly thinking, as Orochimaru at this point would be thinking that Naruto is contemplating it, before Naruto would then give him a smile. Alright. At this, Naruto would then reach forward to Orochimaru's hand, or at least the soul of Orochimaru, as Orochimaru would smile at this, thinking that finally, he was about to get something very valuable. But as he does, this is when Naruto, instead of grabbing Orochimaru's hand, would suddenly end up grabbing Orochimaru by the chest, and as he does, lightning would then erupt, shaking the area where Orochimaru's soul was. What are you doing? Orochimaru was trying to say, as he was currently being stunned completely even to death, as legit he was getting burned. At this, Naruto would be smirking. So what, you thought you could use my childhood against me? You thought you could use the fact that I did not have anyone against me so that way I can rely on you? Please, I don't need others to hold me back. I can survive all on my own in this world. And if anyone tries to stop me or tries to come in my way, this is when suddenly the lightning would then suddenly morph into a dragon, as the dragon would have golden scales and blue eyes. I will obliterate them, Naruto would say, as his eyes were literally flashing both blue and gold. As this is when Orochimaru's soul or part of it would then be completely wiped out, destroying the curse mark and causing Naruto to actually wake up. So exiting out of Naruto's mindscape, Naruto will wake up to hear the sound of battle happening. At this, Naruto would then get up, and as he does, he ends up seeing a fight breaking down between Sasuke and a bunch of sound shinobi nins. Sakura will be there in dismay as she couldn't really help out Sasuke, as right now all Naruto could see was the fact that one, her hair was cut, as her long pink hair was now on the ground. Number two was the fact that Sasuke was getting ganged up on by two sound shinobi nins, as both of them were using sound-based weapons against Sasuke. And finally, there was a girl who currently right now was just watching all this with a smile on her face. Seeing this, Naruto would then get pissed off, as right now, honestly, he was currently tired and he didn't want to deal with this bullshit. So with this, Naruto ends up activating his lightning body, as in an instant, faster than any of them can even react, two of the shinobi nins that were currently ganging up on Sasuke were put down to the ground in an instant. As for Kin, or Kim? Is it Kin or Kim? Well, you know what? I'm going to move on anyway. So either way, she ends up getting captured along with them, and this will cause them to be surprised, as 1 minute they were winning, now they're just captured. What's going on? Dosu would say as he begins looking around, actually surprised, and as he does, this was something he ends up feeling a ginormous pressure set upon him. Looking up, Dosu will end up seeing the eyes of Naruto, who currently right now was flashing electric blue. At this, Dosu would of course be surprised, as he just saw the boy unconscious in a tree, and they were after the Uchiha. And now, the guy who got up, and they're caught him up. What was going on? Were you the one who did this? I swear you let us go or else. Howard, this is when suddenly Naruto would suddenly stomp on this man's face. How about you shut up, alright? Thanks to you guys woke me up from my nap. At this, everyone will be surprised, as this is when Naruto would then suddenly kick Dosu while he's down, send him crashing to a tree. I swear all you guys get out of my face for a few seconds, or else all you guys will end up 10 feet deep in the ground now. At this, Naruto would then erupt with lightning again, actually shaking both Kin and her teammate, which caused both of them to rush over to Dosu, picking him up and leaving. However, as they were leaving, those two end up coughing up a little bit, trying to get out one last message. Dang it. I swear, next time we meet, I will kill you. Dosu would try to say. However, as he does, Naruto ends up sending out a malicious smile. I'll be waiting then. Seeing this, Dosu would actually be terrified, as Naruto would be showing that he had no fear at all and didn't care for Dosu's threat, and this would cause his teammates to run even faster, finally escaping from Team 7. After a while, Team 7 would then finally end up getting readjusted, as they, of course Sakura and Sasuke would try asking for details about the fight with the Orochimaru, but Naruto was silent on it, saying that it didn't matter, and heck, even going so far to say that nothing happened. Now, of course, they didn't believe it, but unfortunately, they couldn't ask him any further, seeing as Naruto seemed very pissed off. And due to this, they just decided to pack their things. Sakura, of course, got her new hairdo, and after they ended up leaving. So after this, I can now just skip over a bunch of stuff, since most of this stuff here is not important. Team 7 don't mostly run into any issues, considering the fact that, they're a lot of the teams are already taken care of. They already got a heaven and earth scroll, so overall I can just skip throughout the rest of the exam. They do end up running into Kabuto, but not much really happens there, not really that important. Unless you guys want to hear about Naruto just completely ignoring the guy and just moving on, so yeah. So they eventually arrive at the base, and as they do, they end up getting greeted by Iruka, who's actually very surprised and happy that they actually came through. After this, he tells them that they can now wait, and as they are waiting, getting themselves ready, it was finally time for the next part of the exams. So as the next part of the exams, we'll be having a bunch of mock battles, and not much really changes from the canons. I'm going to let all the mock battles go through just like they do in canon. Now, in this one, Sasuke, I do have to admit, he isn't as weakened as he was before, considering the fact that in this one, he doesn't have the curse mark holding him back. So, yeah, he can still end up using Ninjutsu. I do have to admit, Sasuke does end up having a little bit of trouble, considering the fact he was injured before the fight. But luckily, he was able to take down the guy, and overall, he was able to learn the Lion's Barrage just like last time, so there's that. After that, the rest of the fights don't really change much, as throughout the rest of the fights, legit nothing really changes. There's, of course, Naruto versus Kiba. I know usually I go for Naruto versus Rock Lee in this one, but I'm trying out, different things, depending on how I feel. But either way, Kiba goes up against Naruto in this one, and I'm not going to even tell you about the details because it's not important. Naruto doesn't gain any buffs. There's not a lesson to the story in this one, no. Kiba just talks a lot of hot junk, and Naruto just defeats him easily, since Kiba isn't even worth Naruto's time. And after the rest of the other matches, it was finally time for the 1-month training. Now, after this, Naruto would of course end up leaving, right before he does end up getting an encounter with Kakashi. Kakashi ends up telling Naruto that he can't train them, but Naruto just scoffs. Train me? When did you do that? That was a huge blow to Kakashi's pride, as he tries to make an argument, but unfortunately Naruto just didn't care, so he just walked away. After that, Naruto would just go into the forest as he begins his training. Naruto would train on trying to generate as much electricity as he can as fast as possible. He wants to make it so easy to the point where he's able to make the techniques in an instant. And also, it's also the fact that Naruto begins to realize exactly that he wasn't using chakra. Now, Naruto had to admit that his entire time he's been relying solely on this lightning element, and while sure he does end up relying on some of the other elements, he doesn't rely as much as, lightning. So due to this, Naruto begins to wonder exactly how much can he use the electricity before it finally ends up running out. The last attack they end up using, which was this trident, it took so much energy, and honestly caused Naruto to be very vulnerable. So Naruto was trying to figure out how much electricity or much more how much power does he have, how much can he use, and also overall how much can he generate of electricity. So with this, and after finding this out, Naruto then decides that he was going to increase the reserves as much as possible, and also find a way to generate as much as he can, as quickly as possible. It's going to be as simple as breathing in and breathing out. And while doing this, Naruto would also end up practicing the Dragon Slayer techniques, as he still wanted to master it, and honestly, he felt as if he hasn't even seen a small percent of it. Another thing that ends up happening over the time of the 1-month training is the fact that Naruto ends up meeting with Jiraiya. Now, the encounter goes kind of similar, yet also at the same time not similar to canon, as during the time Naruto ended up seeing Jiraiya at a spa, or spying on some woman in a spa, and Naruto, he just didn't care, he just walked away. However, Jiraiya ended up catching notice of Naruto and ended up walking towards him, telling Naruto that, the women over there are very pretty and all that stuff, but Naruto didn't care. After that, Jiraiya tries getting as much of a reaction from Naruto as he can, One, from ranging to like trying to become as perverted as possible, while also two, trying to act as if like he was like a mystery and like he had like multiple techniques he can teach Naruto. But nothing got a reaction from Naruto. After a while of doing this, Jiraiya got tired as he would then suddenly stand in front of Naruto, blocking his path. Alright, kid, I don't know exactly what's going on, but listen, alright? I've been ordered by the third Hokage himself to train you personally. Hearing this, Jiraiya was expecting Naruto to like snap out of it and be happy and everything, but unfortunately Naruto didn't give Jiraiya the reaction he wanted. In fact, Naruto then looked at Jiraiya with disgust. Hey kid, what's with that look? Jiraiya would say in a comedic tone, but Naruto would then walk away. At this is when suddenly Naruto would then actually like telling Jiraiya who he was. Jiraiya the Toad Sannin. Alright, also known for writing the pathetic series of Icha Icha, and also being known as a big pervert. I'm sorry, a super pervert, as you like to tell it. And after hearing this, Jiraiya couldn't hold it anymore. Alright, he can take a lot of things. He can take being up by a woman. He can take every insult being thrown at him. He can literally take being called a pervert, or heck, even being called a super pervert. He even admits that he's a super pervert, but listen, one thing he's not gonna allow is someone crapping over his masterpiece, Icha Icha. So of course he instantly rushes over at Naruto, getting pissed off, trying to explain Naruto the art, the beauty, but Naruto didn't care. As he walks away, Jiraiya would then have enough as he then points a finger at Naruto dramatically. Alright kid, you took it too far this time. Just as we begin our training, I'm gonna be working you to the bone, you hear me? I'll make sure that you even beg for mercy. I'll make sure that you wish that you quit being a shinobi. However, this is when Naruto would then interrupt him. I'm not being trained by you. This would cause Jiraiya to actually be shocked as he then stops talking. Are you sure you don't want to be trained by me? I am one of the legendary Sannin. You know it yourself. You just said it, Jiraiya would say. But this is when Naruto would look at him. I don't need your help. I'm going to become strong on my own. At this, Jiraiya hears this and ends up already realizing what Hiruzen meant. Now, we already end up turning to a flashback as this is where Hiruzen begins to explain Jiraiya in details of the fact that Naruto is kind of antisocial. Now, although Hiruzen had heard the so-called great news from Kakashi saying that Naruto was like doing good and that he's actually talking to people in the land of the waves, unfortunately it doesn't range in the hidden leaf, considering the fact that Naruto doesn't talk to anyone and mostly spends all his time alone. Now, he thought that with Jiraiya here, this would be a good opportunity for him to start speaking to people and actually open up. So due to this, Hiruzen had gave Jiraiya permission to train Naruto and had even ordered him to train him. But as Jiraiya would be staring down at Naruto and seeing the look in the boy's eyes, he could already tell that this boy, he did not want anyone right now. In fact, he didn't seem like anyone, he didn't care about anyone right now except for himself. Yikes, Hiruzen, just how much damage does this boy went through? Jiraiya would say, as he can do nothing more but shake his head. Alright, kid, then how about this? Alright, at this, Jiraiya would then have a smirk on his face. Let's make a bet, okay? If you are able to land one blow on me, one blow, then that means I won't bug you anymore. I won't even ask to train you, okay? At this, Naruto would hear this and he would perk up, but this one Jiraiya would then give him a smirk. However, if I land one blow on you, that means that you have to be trained by me. Jiraiya would say this with a smirk. At this, he'll be looking at Naruto just as Naruto think about it for a while before nodding his head. Fine, let's get this over with. Perfect, Jiraiya would say. As he walks over, he'll be having a smile on his face. However, this is when suddenly Naruto wouldn't interrupt him. However, if we're going to do this bet, I want something more at stake. Alright? I don't give a dang if you stop asking me for training. That does mean nothing to me. I'll just continue ignoring you. No, what I want instead is for you to give me a bunch of scrolls and jutsus. Now, hearing this, Jiraiya will be looking at Naruto with the bored look. Really? That's all you want? Alright, I can arrange that. Now then, let's begin. However, right before he does, this is when suddenly Naruto would interrupt him again. As this is when Naruto would then begin to explain in very specific detail what type of scrolls he wants. Naruto is smart, alright? He already understands like what type of jutsus or what types of just what type of jutsus are like good for him. What type of workouts are good for him. And due to this, Naruto will be asking for very specific scrolls and jutsus that can help him pretty much get better for himself. He's not looking for attacks or like just powerful jutsus, alright? He's looking for ones that actually benefit him in more ways than one. And after hearing this, Jiraiya would actually be surprised at everything this kid wants, as he realized just how insightful this kid is. Even though this kid apparently lived by himself, he didn't have anyone helping him. He's over here actually calculating and already planning out things. As already seeing half of the jutsus that Naruto wanted, as well as the scrolls, Jiraiya could already tell that this kid was way more insightful than he ever thought. And to think that this kid lived on the streets. So after a while and actually understanding these conditions, Jiraiya would then accept as he gets into combat. I hope you're ready, kid. You're going up against one of the legendary Sannin. Don't complain too much when you win, alright? You'll end up getting a rad sensei later on. Although I should warn you that thanks to everything you're putting me through, I will be training you to the bone. And just as Jiraiya was about to go into a monologue, this is when Naruto would then vanish and appear right in front of him. Jiraiya would be surprised that Naruto was actually able to appear right in front of him, and just in that instance, he would then feel pain from sparks of electricity, causing him to be blown back. Now at this, Jiraiya tries to, of course, retaliate as he ends up flipping over and trying to get into combat with Naruto, but unfortunately, this is when Naruto stops attacking. What's wrong? Let's continue, Jiraiya would say, as he was currently right now staring down at Naruto, trying to understand it, trying to find out or read his next movement. He's fast. I didn't even get to see him or sense him. This kid. At this, he realized that he was taking Naruto away a little bit way too, he underestimated him a lot. So he prepared for the next attack, but Naruto ended up smirking. But that's it. You said whoever hits first, right? Well, I did. But this Jiraiya didn't realize that Naruto had used his own rules against him, as Jiraiya would be there left in shock while Naruto ended up walking off. I expect everything I want tomorrow early. As with that, Naruto ended up leaving Jiraiya as the man is unable to do anything, as he's just there with a broken pride, and to make it even worse, he can already imagine what Hiruzen's gonna say when he sees him next. So after that, the next following days passed by as Jiraiya would eventually arrive with the box. Naruto didn't care about Jiraiya's presence, so he just grabbed the box and told Jiraiya to leave his forest, and after that he just vanished. And after that, Jiraiya ended up leaving as he tries to talk to Hiruzen, trying to find a different way to train Naruto, but unfortunately, Hiruzen can't really say anything in the matter. He told Jiraiya that he shouldn't underestimate Naruto, but Jiraiya said that he should have told him that sooner. So after that, Jiraiya couldn't do nothing but abide by the bet. He tried getting a few times to talk to Naruto, but Naruto didn't want to talk to him. So overall, this just left Jiraiya alone with his activities and unable to do anything except use his spy network and just spy on women, unfortunately. So after all this, we can now move forward with a time skip, as finally the days for the finals have begun. As we see everyone lined up and prepared for the day, we also end up looking up in the stands as we see Hiruzen as well as the Kazekage end up entering. This will be a very enjoyable event, don't you think? At this, the Kazekage would say nothing as he nods his head, as he ends up looking down at the arena with very deep focus. I want to see how much you improved, Naruto. Let me see more of this amazing ability, Orochimaru would say as he would have a smile on his face as he was currently disguised as the Kazekage. What's going to happen between the encounter between Hiruzen and Orochimaru? And what's going to happen between the fight against Naruto and Gaara? And also against Naruto and Neji? Well, you guys are all going to have to find this out in the next part. Is your host, Seiji Samurai. And this is the end for part 3 to What If Naruto Had Laxus' abilities. Thank y'all so much. Oh my gosh, guys. That was a wild ride. I have to admit, that was fun. But the thing is, guys, one thing became very annoying to me when I made this What If. When I made this part, and it was the fact that each time I was talking, my mouth would fill up with saliva, and it was I kid you not, I'll be talking, I'll be in the mood, and then the saliva would then mess me up, causing my words to end up slipping out. For example, I'll be saying things like, "Oh, it's a team," but with the saliva in my mouth, I go, "It's a seam," and that would cause me to have no choice but to stop, edit that part out, and then redo it, and then be doing that for the rest of the part of the What If. And I'm over here struggling because I'm over here getting pissed off, but there was nothing I can do. So yeah, it was funny. And also I made so many jokes, and it was enjoyable. It was very enjoyable. So I thank y'all so much for your support. Hopefully you guys will tune in for the next part, as it will be part 4. But who knows? I don't really know what to tell you guys. So besides all this, hopefully you guys do enjoy this part to this What If. Hope you guys have a lovely day. And overall, hope you guys just enjoy yourselves in general. As this is your host, Seiji Samurai, and he's signing off. So peace and have a lovely day. Bye.